Hello and welcome back to another comic series AMA. This month we're going to focus on a few series under the umbrella of Spike Chunsoft. The games we'll discuss today are Dangan Ronpa 1 to V3 and the Zero Escape series 999 to Zero Time Dilemma. The first question comes from Angel Princess. Did you root or cheer for any of the Dangan Ronpa characters? And if so, which characters? For 1, Kyoko is pretty easy to get attached to, though I don't think anyone in the first cast is super jumping out to me at the moment. They were all enjoyable to a degree for me, but I was a rare person who find Makoto to be like a good little egg, but watching some more playthroughs definitely does show that his writing isn't the best, but I'm a sucker for like a genuinely like good person, so like I still have that like there, but it is like, oh, they could have done you better. For 2, Chiaki is an obvious one, but Gundam is also fantastic. His Annabelle Chunbyo gimmick is so unique and amazing, and I love that for him. For V3, I actually really liked Ryoma. For them to actually give the character that has the like different character design amongst the cast to, actually be a full character instead of just the comic relief sort of pervert one was really charming to me, and having him be a badass also was just amazing. We love Ryoma here. The next set of questions and last set comes from Aquasun. How much of Danganronpa did you play? Actually none. I've just watched a lot of playthroughs of it over the years from different perspectives and looked at things and such. But they all ranged from showing everything to just doing the cases and extra stuff. So I do know it pretty well, but I haven't played it myself. So anything about the gameplay, I'm like, I don't know how it feels. Next question. What do you think makes a good Zero Escape game? I think some important aspects are 1, puzzles, obviously. Even if some of the story stuff gets a little whack, if the puzzles are good, I can at least have a good time. 2, legitimately showing the darker, more cutthroat sides of people when push comes to shove. I think it's really neat when Zero Escape games show that otherwise good people can do some pretty awful things when put into bad situations. Which, that said, the impact can be lessened when talks of mind control or parasites come up. Cough, cough. 3, some twists and turns to make each different route feel fun. That said, I do think it's important to not get too carried away, lest the plot get complex, if you know, you know. 4, maybe a bit less of the psychoanalytical talk, and I mean in a sense of I don't necessarily mind it coming up, but man, some entries have them talk for just a bit too long on some of the topics, like snails. And 5, having an emotional core at the center of the cast. With the earlier point about showing the darker aspects, I do think it only really works if there is at least some good to latch onto. Otherwise, it just becomes a case of, man, these people all kind of suck, and it kind of takes you out of it. But I think that sums up what I think a good Zero Escape game really needs. Next question. Does writing comics about visual novels differ significantly from writing comics about games and other genres? I would say so, yes, because a decent chunk of my comic ideas come from things that happen during gameplay. So when it's a visual novel where they tend to have a bit less gameplay elements, it tends to mean less comics by default, because any around gameplay are kind of like lessened just by virtue of how it's designed. Visual novels also tend to have more involved stories, and especially with mystery games, I really want to do my best not to spoil too many twists, so that can also limit how many comics I end up doing too. The next question, and the last question, is which is your favorite Zero Escape game? It's a pretty tough choice between 999 and VLR, but I think 999 wins out for me in the end. While VLR improved upon a lot of aspects, I do feel like 999 was such a complete package and knew exactly what it wanted to do, and it really nailed it. Meanwhile, for VLR, there are a few moments that felt a little bit out of scope, if that makes any sense, which did take me out of it ever so slightly. And that's the last question for the month, so let's head on over to the end screen. Here you will see my lovely patrons scrolling along by with their patron NPCs. If you're interested in asking any questions or any of the other rewards that come along with supporting me, check out the link to my Patreon in the description. Rewards include seeing comics before they're posted publicly, behind-the-scenes drawings, voting on which comic series will be featured next month, and more. Even without pledging, you can have access to things like preview panels, coloring pages, and occasionally some of the lower tiered rewards as a little taste of what pledging can get you. Thank you to everyone who asked a question and anyone who watched this video. The support means a lot to me. Until next month, bye!